What's going on, Sumolings? Welcome to another product walkthrough. We are excited to be joined today by the team over at ClearoutPhone. We have the founder, GP, who will be walking you through everything. ClearoutPhone is an online tool that verifies the validity of phone numbers while determining useful carrier and device information. It is an awesome and super helpful tool from the team over at ClearOut, and it is available today starting at just $49 for a lifetime deal. Before I pass this over for the walkthrough, I just want to tell you 3 quick things. The first is that if you want to tell us a little bit about your business and your use case, we would love to hear a little bit about what you're doing in the chat room. The second thing, if you have any questions, go ahead and put those questions in the Q&A box down below the video. If you put them in the chat room, I can't really keep up with them as well, but if you put them in the Q&A box, we will be sure to circle back to those questions at the end of the webinar. And the final thing is that there will be a replay of this available, so if you need to step out, it's no problem. And don't worry about taking notes or anything. You can watch this whenever you want. All right. GP, how are you doing today?
I'm great.
Hello, hello.
Happy to join.
I am excited to pass this over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about what people are loving about ClearoutPhone and what you're excited about?
Yeah, so thanks, Linda, for a great introduction. So exactly a year before we launched ClearOut, ClearoutPhone is a part of ClearOut, coming from a ClearOut family. So this, especially ClearoutPhone, is for validating the phone number to figure it out whether the given phone number is valid or not. We are not just going to stop just by giving only the validity of it. We are also enriching the information by providing the additional line type to understand whether the given phone number is a mobile or landline or even the VoIP. There are a lot of line types we provide. Also, we provide the carrier, we provide the locations, we also nicely phone number in E164, which is what really required for anyone wants to do their any kind of auto dialing systems, right? So so this really awesome way for people who want from the given and save the cost, right? Even before
We seem to be having a little bit of a connection issue, I think. That's pretty standard for these days, right? Who hasn't had a connection issue? GP, can you hear me? Oh no. I'm not going to be very good at this walkthrough myself. I apologize for this, everybody. If y'all could just be patient with our technical delays. You can also tell us a little bit about what you want to use ClearoutPhone for. Tell us a little bit about your use case. You could do that in the chat room. It's actually really great because it'll help when we dive into the walkthrough. It'll be really helpful so that you can see exactly what it is that you need to see. We would love to be able to show you all of the different parts of ClearoutPhone that are actually the parts that you care about. So go ahead and leave that information. I'm sorry about this, but we're gonna figure it out. I hope everybody's taking care of themselves. Welcome back. We're good? Looks like your mic's off, but that's okay. That's an easy, quick fix. Perfect.
Yeah, I think I lost for a couple of seconds, I guess.
That's okay. We chatted. I chatted.
Oh, that's good. So this phone validation will help people to validate and make sure that they try to reach out to the right channel, and based upon the segment, like what we give as a additional information like locations and carrier, right? People can segment the list, and based upon that they can target. So this is a really awesome validations for sales or product or marketers if they want to outreach to their customers.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to pass this over to you for the walkthrough. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. You can go ahead and leave questions in the Q&A box. You can tell us a little bit about your use case in the chat, and have fun with the walkthrough. I'll be back for the Q&A.
Yeah, thank you. So hi, Smolens. I hope everyone are able to see my screen. So ClearOut ClearOut is reachable through ClearoutPhone is reachable through ClearoutPhone.io. So this is our website. So here you can see that ClearOut phone basically we cover 240 plus countries. So we covered 240 plus countries across the region, across the world, and we, as like what I said, we try to determine the line type. We try to give back the carrier information. We try to give back the locations, and also along with that we also format and give. Let's give it a quick shot of a number here. Let's try to understand how the results looks like. So since I'm in India, obviously this automatically the flag sets to India. So here I have given, this is my sample number. So this comes back with the result. Obviously this is my number, so this is a valid number. So this gives back the line type as a mobile. In case of if it's we support like what I said earlier, we support mobile, landline, VOP, even the pager we support. So, and we try to return back the carrier. We try to return back the locations. We also gives you back the formatted numbers, which is especially used for auto dialing systems. So if you see here, if someone really looks to understand how this phone number validation really helps, we can say that one is from the cost saving aspect. Let's say you have quite a you are capturing the phone numbers, right? You want to capture only the phone number, only the mobile numbers, right? You can use these validations and you can try to figure it out, right? Whether the line types written is the mobile. If it's a line type is a mobile, you can obviously accept it, and you can further use it for sending an SMS. Otherwise, just by accepting the phone number and not validating based upon the line type, you will end up sending SMS to your landline number or to VoIP or other than the mobile, right? So that way it helps you to save the cost. Other stuff is like, it also helps you to segment the phone number based, like one is we can take locations where you can, if on your, let's say you have form on your website, you capture the phone number there, and you want to, if people typing, if people are coming from different region or different country, based upon this, you can route those users to, if you have sales team sitting across different regions, you can route to specific to those regions sales team. That's one use case I could think of it. Then you can also personalize the outreach activities by looking into their countries and their time zones. You can do that. You can also, if you have some kind of lead scoring systems, right? Based upon the phone validations, you can score your leads, whether if user have given a valid phone number, if it's a mobile, if it's a mobile number, you can score the lead based upon these. So these are some of the use cases like we could think of it. Why someone require a phone validations. So if I think you can either go and click on create free account. You can register it. Since mostly you people are from small links, right? You would have registered through AppSumo as part of the code purchase, right? So I'm clicking on login. Clicking on login will take you to the dashboard, app dashboard. So here you can see the dashboard contains 3 sections. The first section shows the performance summary. So basically here we'll be showing the overall how many phone numbers, total phone numbers so far it's been validated. And their corresponding results with respect to how many phone numbers are valid and how many are invalid. So we'll further enhance this dashboard to give much insights about how many out of these are, line type specific, which are mobiles, or how many are mobiles, how many are landline, how many are VoIP numbers, all those things. So we'll enhance this dashboard. So I'll just run through these links quickly to understand how to use the app. So clicking on quick validations will take you to this a single instant way of validating a single phone number. Let's say you can give any countries any phone number with the country code. Let's say I just choose this. So here we get the instant quickly, and it's a real time. So this is the valid phone number, which is of landline. The carrier is peerless network. So we currently show the original carrier of this number. So in case of US, obviously the numbers can be ported. So we are working towards to bring the current carrier, but as of now we provide only the original carrier of the numbers, and we also provide you the location. We also provide obviously the country and nicely formatted values for numbers. So which is international format. This is of local type, local format. The other one is E164. So here you can either use you can give with country code. You can choose any kind of country. So like what we said, we have 240 countries supported. You can actually find those countries, the supported countries, clicking here. So you can basically find all the countries, 240 countries listed here. So you can also click on this numbers, and you can directly check it on the quick validations. Obviously this has been Nigeria, so we also provide the carrier for it. Obviously this is a mobile number, right? So this is all about the quick validations. As far next is my list. So my list is this provides you the list out all your bulk validations. Yes, you can basically do a bulk validations. If you, let's say, if you have a list which you have either sourced or it's been you have it in your CRM, right? So you can bring those lists. You can upload it either if it's already available in your system. You can browse through it. You can get the list, or you can also we also have a support for bringing your list. Let's say if you have your list on HubSpot, you can bring your list from that also. So let's first quickly go through this list validation from, let's say you have a list on your local. So I have this one on my system. Let's say I have one list which contains the US numbers. So you can choose your list. So you can click on go to my list. So once you successfully upload, you will be seeing that your list has been added here, and it shows how many numbers, phone numbers it has, and and you can start validating once it's been successfully uploaded. Let's say, so obviously this list is it's a US based United States, so I have to choose the country. So this, we need to choose the country because in case if the number is phone numbers in the list, if it's not comes along with the country code, right? So we'll apply this, we'll choose this country as a default. But in case if the list has the list has the number with the country code, the preference will be given to that. So let me open the list and show you. This is my actual list. So I have. So if you see here, I don't have country code prefix to the number. So it's just the local number. So let me see that. Yeah. So it has been validated. So out of 2468, it could find there's one invalid number. So after successful validation, it also it shows there is obviously a button to download the result file. So clicking on this, it will bring you the options to download. So we provide either you can download only the valid phone numbers, or you can download the invalid, or you can download with the ClearoutPhone standard columns. I think basically this download is immediate download. That means you don't need to wait for it. So the results are readily available for you to download. Then the final one is a custom download. So this basically gives you the validate result columns, basically valid, line type, all those, along with your original file. So let's choose this and download it. So it takes a while for it to prepare. It's going to open the columns along with your original columns. Okay, let me open this list. Okay, so this is so we also have some conversion followed once the file basically for the result file. So your file name, your list name along with ClearoutPhone. So here, if you see, this is what the file, the original list file was having this column. So now it has come with additional columns. So the columns that starts with the ClearoutPhone all are appended as part of the result validation results. So we have ClearoutPhone validation status, which gives you whether the number is valid or not. So that's the next column, ClearoutPhone line type, which gives you the line type. So if you see here, I have applied the filters, so I can see valid, invalid. So here I can see these many line type we have determined. So fixed, mobile, toll-free, VoIP. So these are the carriers we could determine out of the numbers. So like what I said, this carrier gives you only the original carrier, not the portal one. Then the locations of then the other informations like the format numbers, and along with that, when it got verified and how long it took. So, so this complete information is appended as part of the result file. So you can take this and you can further segment based upon the line type. You can choose only the mobile numbers, and you can put it in your dialing system to automatically send SMS or auto dialing. You can use validation status to clean your in this case, even though there's only one invalid, you can take number out from your system, or you can basically make this user unsubscribe, something like that. So this is all about the bulk validation and its results. Like what I said, you can either upload the result, upload the bulk list from your computer directly, or you can bring list. If you are maintaining a list in your HubSpot, you can bring the list from there also. Let's say I have a HubSpot account. You have to just click on the add accounts. So I have two accounts inside the HubSpot. I'm choosing COP. So it has fetched these many lists from my HubSpot accounts. So I can directly, let's say I can directly import this list. So I have imported the list from HubSpot to my list. So once it's been imported, once it's available here, you can click on validate to validate it. So again, you have to choose a default country. Let's say here I'm going to choose UK. So the validation has started. Okay, it's a very bad list. It looks all invalid. So either the same you can do, either you can download the list for further analysis or segmentations, or you can directly export the list back to HubSpot. So here we have an option called unsubscribe. So you can in case if it's, for example, in this list almost all the contacts having a invalid phone numbers, we can try to unsubscribe all those users from the list, or we can just append these additional columns, right, along with your existing list. So you can directly click on export. So basically this will export the additional column what I have chosen to the HubSpot. So you can go to the HubSpot and you can basically see that how your list has been updated along with the ClearoutPhone columns. I'm just logging into the HubSpot. Let me go here to my account. I'll go to my list. Four. Okay, so I think there are multiple accounts. Okay, let it. In the meantime, we'll go through the remaining stuff in the app. So this using app, you can do both instant quick validation as well as the bulk validation through bringing the list and uploading and validating. So if you want to automate as part of your system, right? I would, let's say at the time of capture, right? When you capture the phone number on your website itself, right? You would like to validate, or you would like to accept only the valid phone number, right? So we have API service. So you can go to our API documentation. So we have the same support instant way of verification as well as the bulk way of verification. Let me go and see. Yeah. This list is not being updated. Sometimes it takes time to get updating. There's not updated. So, okay, let's look here in the meantime. So, okay. So let this page download. I think I have some problem with my network. It's taking to download this page. Okay, so as part of the API, so we have both instant way of validation as well as the bulk way of validations in the API. So you have to create the token, API token. So when you come for the first time, this will not exist. You have to click on this generate API token to create the token. Once you have tokens, you can use this token on the when you access the API. So let me see whether it's downloaded here now. Yeah. So this API instant phone number validation is for you can give a number and you can quickly validate. So this will be useful at the time of when you capture the phone number. So you can make a call with the input as a phone number, providing a phone number like this along with the country code, or you can prefix a number with the country code. So we have both the support. So as part of the API response, you'll be getting back with the status with the response object like given number is valid, what type, line type, and carrier, all those information. Same what you see it on quick validation. Like instant validation, you also have a bulk validation. So you can also upload a list or a file using this API, bulk API, and you can also get the result back by calling this API. So other thing is if you have as part of the validation, bulk validations or the export, we send a notification, email notifications once the verification completes. Let's say if you come with 1 million phone number database and you want to verify, we support almost close to 10 million in one shot, one go, one file. So obviously it might take time. So once it's complete, you will get an email notification saying that with status saying that status of the validations. So you can obviously, there's a toggle, you can enable, disable the validations. Also the list, whatever we maintain here, it will be there only for the 30 days. Anything more than 30 days the data will be automatically wiped. It will not be, you can't recover further. This all comes as part of the privacy policy we maintain and according to the GDPR compliance. So if you have more code, if you purchase more code from the AppSumo, you can come here, you can apply the code and you can redeem. So as part of if you redeem, it will impact the remaining credits here, and you can also check in the billing section. So how much credits, how much code you have applied, right? So from the integration point of view, as like what I've already shown, that there is a HubSpot, we have direct native integration with HubSpot. We also have Zapier. This basically expose almost all possible CRM or ESPs or way of integrating with the ClearoutPhone, right? So we have one actions in this ClearoutPhone Zapier app, Zapier integrations. So this basically you can same like the it accepts the same like the API, like phone number and the country code. Given that, it will give back all the results what you are seeing here on the quick validations. Yeah, what you get here is what you'll be getting there also as part of the Zapier action response. So based upon this, you can further create the workflow in Zapier. Either you can update the contact database in the CRM or ESPs, or any Zap that has a support in the Zapier. So you can do you can use Zapier or Zapier integration to create as much as integrations which you are looking. And also we are also looking to bring additional integrations for native integrations for Salesforce, Zoho, Close, Pipedrive, and also Google Sheet and Keep. So these are the integrations from an integration aspect. Along with this, we'll also planning to bring the WordPress plugin support, which covers most of the forms like gravity form or type form. All those forms suppose we'll be bringing. Then we also have a exciting roadmap ahead for us. One is that along with the phone number validations, we also want to know whether the number is currently active and reachable, right? So for that, we want to bring a user validations, basically like sending in a text, which is like an OTP way of verification, sending a text or voice message to the user and asking them to response back. By that, we know that the number is valid as well as it is reachable. So we'll be bringing that OTP way of verification. We are also planning to bring support for adding your own DNC list. So this by providing a DNC list, we'll be also enhancing your response based upon that. Even though the number might be valid, but it may be part of the DNC list. So we might mark as part of the result saying that number is valid, but it's been part of the DNC list. We are also working towards to bring a support for litigator um, numbers, also determining litigator numbers also, so that it is safe for people who wants to do an outreach call. It will be safe. So these are some of the roadmap we have. Along with this, we also have ClearOut, which is for email validation. So we'll be clubbing both ClearOut and ClearoutPhone, which will be really helpful for the lead generation, as well as for the website owners to capture the valid information, as well as for the marketers to segment and reach to the target audience more effectively. So I hope I've covered with this what we have now. So keep if you guys have questions or anything. I think we have Basha and Prashant. They are actively answering all your questions. Please either reach directly to our chat. We are available 24/7, or you can also reach through our email. ClearOut. You can reach asset@clearoutphone.io, or you can also reach through AppSumo Q&A. So we also have a nice help section. You can understand the results validations. Basically, as part of validation, the results columns and the results definitions what we claim. So this is a comprehensive information about entire ClearOut. So you can understand, including API integrations, right, and even our policies, privacy policies. So you can reach /help and find out. Also, we have a community. So this is actively we maintain with our users. They can directly come and pose their questions. We try to answer as much as possible, as quick as possible also. For example, recently we have added for ClearoutPhone, basically for people to vote for their whatever, basically the integration what they're looking for. So you can also reach out to the experts here to understand more about the not just only the phone validation. You can also reach out about the email marketing and all the other stuff.
Thank you for going over all this.
We also have a section. We also,
this seems like a good time we can kind of. I think I'm done. Sorry.
Sorry?
Yeah, sorry. I think this is a good time we can kind of segue into the Q&A. If anybody has any questions, you can leave those in the Q&A box. But you were just showing the last screen where people were voting and there was the integrations and all that. I would love to know if you could tell us a little bit about what's coming up, what's on the roadmap, and what you're most excited about for people to look forward to.
Yeah, so I think I've covered the roadmap. Let me repeat once again. So the roadmap is more the integration we are planning to bring, like WordPress plugin. We are planning to bring integrations with the other CRMs like Salesforce, Zoho, and other sales outreaching platform like Close.io. And also we are also trying to bring OTP way of verification, which will help us to enhance our result by saying that whether the number is along with the number validity, we'll also say whether it's reachable or not. Then the other stuff is like bringing the DNC and the litigator supports. So these are some exciting things roadmap we maintain here. Along with that, along with the phone, we will also bring the email validation. So we will plug both ClearOut and ClearoutPhone also. Yeah, Linda.
Awesome.
I hope.
The question that we got in the Q&A is, how do you specifically define the term valid? And does
Yeah, so the
invalid,
valid, yeah.
Continue.
So we determine the validity of the phone number based upon whether the given phone number is being assigned by the telecom authority to any of the providers. Okay, so that's what valid, what we mean here. So that means any number which is being assigned to a network provider by the telecom authority. So it can be a number, can be mobile, or it can be a fixed line, it can be a VoIP number, or even it can be a pager.
Awesome. All right. If anybody else has any more questions, you can put those in the Q&A box. I also have my eyes on the chat right now. But so far, we don't have any. Is there anything else you want to cover for us?
I think I've covered everything. I think I'm good. Is any questions left out to that where I can answer?
It does not look like we have any more questions. It was very thorough. And you're showing us here that there are there's loads more information that's accessible for everybody to get the answers that they need. So I think that's going to be it. I keep my eye on the Q&A box because most of the time we get some last minute ones, but looks like we can wrap up here. Thank you everybody for joining us for another walkthrough, and thank you so much GP for taking us through everything. Sumo links, go to appsumo.com/clearoutphone right now to get your codes. They are starting at just $49, and of course they are backed up by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee, so you can get going with it, see how it works for you, and let us know, of course, in the comments how it's working. And if you have any more questions, you can always reach out to the team directly. You can also leave those on the deal page. And thank you so much. Have a good one, GP.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank
Prashant.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Natasha. Thank you. Bye-bye.